Hey, folks.
Hi. Are we on?
Yes, we need to work on our opening skills. You're getting comic news. I don't know if it's early. I might get it up on Saturday because we're recording on Friday, but high expectations.
That's right. We're starting early this week. There's a lot to talk about.
Oh, there is a lot. Well, let's start this probably award-winning show with a massive failure.
Yay!
Yay! Shockingly, the Spider-Man musical's been banned by critics.
Yes.
After 5 delays and 70 preview shows, it's still terrible.
Wow. How could that be? It looks so good.
Well, actually, it does look like... it looks extremely over the top, which makes me at least want to watch a video of it. With the sound off, of course.
You know what it looks like to me? Have you ever seen that Macy's Day parade video from like 1988 or something like that from Marvel, where they had a parade float of the characters running around on top of it? It looks like that.
Except with a big-ass budget.
Yeah, it costs... Yeah, imagine if they took that and it cost $65 million to make.
Oh, my God.
I mean, let's quickly read a couple of these here.
Okay.
Here, you pick one.
One moment
let's
here.
Pick small ones. Well, I'll read one first, then you pick one.
Okay.
Peter Marks, The Washington Post. If you're going to spend $65 million and not end up with the best musical of all time, I suppose there's a perverse distinction in being one of the worst.
Yes. Let me get my voice ready. Scott Brown, New York Magazine. That voice got me hypnotized. It turns by hyper-stimulated, vivid.
Is that the voice you should be using for that? It sounds like you should be saying, "Oh,
I don't.
Band musical. Was it the creation of alien astronauts?"
That's kind of the point. Yeah. Overeducated, underbaked, terrifying, confusing, distracted, ridiculously... I know people in high school who are described like this. Shockingly clumsy, mistakably monomaniacal. Wow, this guy's good with his descriptive words.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. I went home immediately and shot my wife and children. And after watching such an abysmal blight on humanity... There is no God, there is no life, there is no justice, there is nothing. Well, that's not a terrible review. I mean, it was okay. I mean, the costumes were, But anyway, I will say, in defense, Glenn Beck loves this musical. You hear?
No.
Glenn Beck said that this was the best musical he has ever seen in his life. So
why isn't that quote here? and that's probably the quote that makes everyone say we shouldn't go near that shit.
Yeah. Is there something about this that strikes you? Are you reminded at all about The Producers from Mel Brooks?
Yeah, I've seen.
Have you ever seen the film or the musical or something?
I've seen both movies at least once.
I know. I mean, it should be, maybe one of the songs is like "Springtime for Black Cat."
Problem is, if that was there, that probably would have made it better.
Yeah, it would have been much better.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to this incredibly. The closest I come to paying attention to this is the commercial they air on Sci-Fi all the time now.
What's that?
Because they air an ad for the musical. Yeah, I see it from time to time when I'm watching Stargate and whatever's there. Black screen, I'll watch it for a half hour. Yeah. What can we say? People are angry. People don't like it. Are you amazed?
Are you shocked? I mean, really, let's be honest.
Yeah,
really.
Like this got delayed 5 times. Actors left. People died, I think.
Left and right. It's killed more people than Iraq and Vietnam combined.
Yes, it really, I just wanted to put this here because, let's face it, making fun of this is just a gold mine.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean,
It's the George Bush of comic book related news. It's a gold mine.
Mm-hmm.
For just what we want. Like, I don't know. This is just insane. You can read the other quotes and imagine my awesome voice while you're reading them.
All right, you want to move on?
We might as well, because I'm pretty sure we can't go anywhere else but up from this. You cover the next one. Right?
All right, the next one is, the Arkham City one?
Yep.
Okay, let me get to that. With the follow-up to 2009's wildly successful Batman Arkham Asylum video game ready to hit game consoles later in the year, DC Comics blog The Source has announced that there's a comic tie-in to the highly anticipated Batman Arkham City. The 6-issue miniseries shares the same Arkham City title and will tell the story of what happened in the world of the Cape Crusader between game storylines leading directly into the sequel's release of fall 2011. Written by Paul Dini. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Written by Paul Dini. And,
So it has some faith if anyone heard this was coming out and said no.
Mm-hmm.
A tie-in to a video game? I don't read those.
I won't read it either.
Paul Dini makes me kind of interested, but I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I love Paul Dini, but I don't know. This is kind of wasting his talent. And Batman.
In
this is
paper.
Wasting everyone involved.
This is wasting the people who cut down the tree it takes to make all the issues of this. Six issues, too. Yeah. Really?
Oh, I'm not going to buy that shit. I mean...
King will, because it involves video games. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not demoting King.
No. But it's wasting the art. I've never seen this artist's work, but I'm sure he's wasting his time.
Have they even said the artist on this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It will be illustrated by one of the game concept artists, Carlos Donata.
Well, at least it'll look like the game.
Yeah. Well, great.
1+.
Good for them.
Good for them. And which sucks because I know a lot of people who actually hate the art direction of the game.
What I'm looking forward to is the Alan Moore 15-part miniseries. It's a prequel to the Pac-Man video game, so it's going to be quite good. It's going to be very, very intellectual, into the heart of the characters.
You make fun of that, but imagine if that actually existed. Everyone would read that just for how absolutely off that sounds. You would. Everyone would. And now the next thing, which is something I'm definitely probably not going to read.
Okay.
I have some standards. They announced they're doing Green Lantern prequel comics.
Yeah!
To an origin story.
They're tying in, of course, to the film.
Yeah. They're gonna Jeff Johns is writing one, so that one has a slight chance.
And Jerry Ordway's doing the art on one of them.
Yeah. Let's see. He's co-writing two. Jeff Johns is, and Mark Guggenheim, a name that creates fear in the hearts of millions. And Peter there's some people who are like Peter Tomasi and Johns now to write Green Lantern, but. Yeah. Prequels to an origin movie.
Although, to be honest, this beats the hell out of comic book adaptations of films. I'd rather see this.
The weird thing is, those come out like a year later. The one for the first Iron Man movie came out when Iron Man 2 came out.
Oh, perfect timing. Great.
It was written by Peter David, apparently, and I heard, what's the best word? I heard no bad things.
No, well, I mean, how can you... how can you mess this stuff up? I mean, it's the movie. Just don't do a bad job.
There are times where it happens.
Oh, let's see. There's the prequel featuring Sinestro, which seems cool. Kilowog. Abin Sur, which I assume will have probably the biggest bulk of the prequel story.
Oh, yeah, I don't... I'm gonna try and give some of these a shot. I'm just gonna read them in the store, of course. I'm probably not gonna end up buying them in trade because these all look like they'll be put in a nice trade for people who buy the DVD or the Blu-ray. Screw you if you buy the Blu-ray. And
Then there's the one with Tom Array. Which one's that?
That's the one that looks like a duck.
Oh, the duck beak fin guy.
Bird, yeah, that guy.
Okay.
I don't know much about him either.
Yeah, and then Hal Jordan. So I don't know. I guess we'll see him in bed with that.
Oh, there's three writers on that.
Yeah.
And Ordway's. Oh, and they all have movie art covers. Enjoy.
Well, duh. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
That's what I do. I mean,
what's that? We can't hire a crappy cover artist?
Yeah. Hey, Duke. It's called business.
I know.
You put the movie color on these things.
It's just gonna be a really crappy looking screenshot, probably.
Possibly. Anyway.
Not possibly, probably.
All right. Next one.
Yes, that's you.
Oh, okay. Shane Black in contention to direct Iron Man 3. After Joe Favreau...
Just your tickets now. No, I'm sorry.
Jon Favreau's announcement that he's not returning for Iron Man 3. There's been a number...
You and me covered, actually.
Yeah, there's been a number of names. But it looks like Shane Black is kind of in the running. He's been making a little bit of a comeback of late. And also he's good buddies with Robert Downey Jr., so that's a good kind of...
As evidenced by this picture of them next to what looks like Val Kilmer about to eat them. I'm sorry, but he doesn't look good.
Yeah, or he's going to bite him on the neck or something.
Hey,
but you know what? I don't know.
You want to hear about Batman Forever?
Yeah. I can't fit in that suit anymore.
The car's tight.
But I don't know. Is that really Shane Black next to them? It looks more like Norm Macdonald. Doesn't it? It does. Next week on Comic News, Norm Macdonald directs Iron Man 3.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I would see that movie.
Yeah, Iron Man, I want you to get in there and shoot the shit or something.
And then he ends all his sentences with crack whore.
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to just shoot the crack whore.
We're on the Kree homeworld. Shoot the crack whore.
There's crack whores on this planet.
Trust me.
There's a planet. There's crack whores.
I'm Iron Man. God. Great. Now that hilarious image is there.
Yes.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Norm Macdonald is Iron Man. I don't know if anyone has the ability, but I want them to try and make fan art of that. I don't know. I'm hoping someone can try. We might have to give them source material because there's probably a few people who don't even know who he is.
Oh, just YouTube word search him, and
yeah, he's worth watching.
All right, you should read the next story, sir.
Yes, I should. One moment. Okay, this is something that's near and dear to my hometown and my heart. Now, Manos, as you know, Superman's walking across the country to get his groceries or something.
Mm-hmm.
And can't find that goddamn squash anywhere he needs.
Actually, he bought those new toning sneakers, and he's...
God damn it.
Really wants to work them out.
Yes. Let me just kind of preference a little bit of background here. Because they make a big deal how a lot of... he's going to visit a lot of towns in the country, and every issue they promote what town he's going to walk by randomly. And a few months back, they announced it was going to be Omaha, Nebraska. I don't live in Omaha, Nebraska. However, Omaha, Nebraska is probably the biggest town in the state that sells comics. They have 5 comic shops. And I think 2 of them are owned by the same guy. And because of this, they figured, hey, we'll have a celebration. Every shop had a mini celebration. Just them going, hey, we're featured, kind of. Look, I think that's Mike in the background.
Hey, that sort of looks like that one building.
Yeah, that totally looks like the Quest Center, possibly. So they had this big kind of celebration. Here's the kicker. He didn't go to Omaha. He went to Lincoln, biznitch, my hometown. Boom. Sorry, I love it here. Not to mention there are a lot of assholes in Omaha. all the Omaha comic retailers who ordered hundreds of comics and got some publicity, no.
Whoops.
Yeah. Here's how bad this is this kind of happened. DC did say Omaha, but apparently they can't figure out what part of Nebraska is Nebraska. I don't blame them. It's confusing. They assume the state capitol building's in every town in Nebraska, a monument here. So they did admit that's poor planning on their part, and some random editor said, "Oh, we're so sorry, and we're working on making sure that we pay more attention to the solicited locations." So yes, this isn't important, but it made me laugh.
Well, it's DC.
Because I got email from one of the stores somehow about this.
You did?
Well, I assume because there's a convention that comes, like a Midwest convention every few months, and they kind of, put stuff through stores in case I want to hear it. Like, I hear about cool sales and stuff. But I did get an email. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, they send me email. What? Superman Celebrate. Oh, goody for them. I got a school day. I can't go. I'm not going to Omaha to read a comic book. Buy them for cheap, yes. Just read one? Nah. And not to mention, like many people, I've kind of given up on Superman since GMS left. So it's just hilarious. I just find it funny.
They may have, there's a possibility they could have just played this off. Ordering all those comics. They could have had the parade, had the party, get everyone drunk, put all the comics in bags, and grade them, and no one would know the difference.
True.
Like, hey! Write down! I've never read it, but...
the word's out, it's too late. This is... The only thing that beats this is a few months back, Cincinnati had a parade, and that issue got delayed. So, yeah,
well, what do you expect
kooky farm town people being kooky.
Well, what do you expect from a city whose river caught fire once?
Yes, we're better. We don't have rivers that catch fire. We have cornfields that catch fire. But...
Ha-ha!
Ha-ha! Oh, God. I've stooped a new low. Okay, so next story.
All right, am I reading this?
Yes.
All right.
Since I celebrated the old great state of Nebraska.
All right,
I want to give you a chance.
The old great state of Nathan Fillion, who is voicing Hal Jordan in Emerald Knights.
I want to live in Nathan Fillion. That sounds like
live in Nathan
Fillion. I know, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh wait, I should say, let's go for it. No one cares.
Oh man, you Nathan Fillion fans are just a little too hardcore.
Now we stupid too low.
Let's see. Primetime television stars Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Moss from Mad Men. I think this will be the second Mad Men actor that's been in one of these films.
Yeah, because there's one in All-Star Superman.
Yeah. Christina Hendricks.
Yes. I buy all these movies regardless if I think they're going to be great. Like, none of them have seemed terrible to me upon preview, so I end up buying it.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the last Green Lantern film. Was it any good? Did you ever see it?
The First Flight one?
Yeah.
I own it. It's okay. Well, first of all it looks like Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the voice casting's good. It's just kind of weak. Oh, and for some random reason, a person who has never been a villain in her life is a bad guy who was a Green Lantern. The First Flight's kind of underwhelming, and this is obviously piggybacking off the movie coming out. This is going to be like Gotham Knight.
Yeah.
Except not done in anime. Thank you, Jesus. And
these are all going to be different stories?
They all, like, make sense in the end. Like, they all intertwine, like in Gotham Knight, and Fillion's. I don't know if they're going to be different animation styles. I know one focuses on
Well, there
Jordan.
are 3 different directors. Laura Montgomery, Olivia, and Christopher Berkeley.
Yeah, there's, let's see, Kilowog's gonna be in it, Sinestro's gonna be in it, Abed Sur's gonna be in it, like, they're gonna have, like, some stories. So, it's just gonna be like a companion. Hopefully they won't say it ties into the movie, cause when Gotham Knight came out and they said it tied in, they did that so it would sell more.
Yeah.
It didn't. They kind of, like, they can think it if they want.
Well, they fooled me.
Which is code for, it's not, but they want it to be.
Have you turned into Peter Lorre? Are you dead character actor Peter Lorre? Am I not talking to Duke?
You know what really sucks, Manos? I don't know who Peter Lorre is.
Word search him, god damn it!
You're not going to play audio clips of him to tell me who he is, are you?
No, I'm not. You have to find out for yourself.
Okay, good. Great. Now I'm ashamed for not knowing Peter Gabriel and that guy.
All right.
It's such a hateful day for me.
Well, he's been dead a while, so I mean, I will grant you that.
Thank you. I really do kind of feel bad now, because now I don't get the joke.
Let's see, he was in Casablanca and Mad Love and a bunch of thrillers. He's kind of a googly-eyed, kind of creepy guy. And he made a career out of that.
Yeah. Amen.
These days he'd be doing videos on YouTube.
Has that gone wrong for anyone? Look at us.
I want to talk about The Dark Knight Rises.
There's probably a guy exactly like that, and I would watch it.
It's obviously going to be a terrible film, because the title is just awful, and, yes, we didn't need it to be The Dark Knight again. We know, it's obviously trying to build off the last film. Yeah, that would probably be Peter.
Okay, by the way, to the one guy who complained that we should stick more to the news than comedy, sucks to be you right now. I'm sorry to call you out, but I'm just kind of finding it ironic. So we're going to move on to the next article, which is two stories, but I don't like putting things on a document. So,
lazy bastard!
Hey, people know how late this show can get. They're not amazed. Okay. Manos, I'm going to preface you something.
Okay.
Are you reading Secret Avengers right now?
I am.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Well, do you like Ed Brubaker writing it?
Yes.
He's gone.
He's
being replaced by, Morning Glory's Thunder Agents and writer of everything somehow, Nick Spencer.
That's not a writer's name, that's a spy name. He's not writing fictional stories, he's just dictating what he does.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, but there's this ongoing joke that he's writing everything. He frickin' is. He's just everywhere, and I don't know who this guy is still. Like, I hear Morning Glories is awesome, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's taking over Secret Avengers with the whole, like, right after the .1 issue coming out.
Yeah.
And apparently that's gonna cross over with Fear Itself. And in useless titles that you're not gonna read, news, a 3-issue miniseries, Fear Itself Spider-Man, is coming out.
Hooray!
By Christopher Yost. Yeah, let's read.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need any proof that this is the most mad news we've done today, look at the covers.
Yeah.
The Adi Greenoff cover where everyone looks like they've been frozen. We can't move!
Are you talking about the first one where they're all doing...
Yes, where they're all doing epic action pose.
Or we're model spies.
And wait a minute, Beast does not look like a freaking cat in this. I like this guy already.
Yeah. And then we got a Diodato piece.
Yes, and we got generic Spider-Man on a web.
Standard Spider-Man stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him a chance.
I've been behind on a lot of stuff. I've not purposely. I just haven't been keeping up with Secret Avengers or many of the Avengers titles because I kind of did think the first 2 issues of New and regular Avengers were kind of boring. Just in my mind. I just didn't like... It's just the same Bendis stuff.
It's okay. It's okay. I like the first arc of Secret Avengers. The second arc kind of lost me. Now it's kind of getting me back. I loved New Avengers, and I still do. I think it's my favorite of the three titles. And I didn't care for the first story arc on the regular Avengers books. I don't like the time travel parallel universe thing going kablooey story.
When that went into massive insane mode, that's where I was like, I'm gonna try and catch up with that arc.
I'm sick of those stories. I am sick of them.
I will read them from time to time because I'm a teenager who has an imagination that you just can't control.
They actually don't seem that imaginative to me. I mean, are these different versions of these characters waiting just outside, like, just to jump in?
Well, also, as a personal note, I was not into reading the arc of Avengers because I hated that stupid Next Avengers movie with a fiery passion, and when they were like...
I hate that arc, too.
Yeah, and they appear in that arc, I'm like, no, why, Bendis? I like you, you're okay, but then you're like, oh, I saw this amazing animated movie.
Oh,
Really? When?
Yeah.
You said Next Avengers, and I'm still waiting for you to tell me the amazing movie.
I will say I'm enjoying the current arc in the regular Avengers with the Affinity Gems. That's been good so far.
I've heard that's good. Again, I'm probably just gonna have to read that all in trade.
Yeah, Bendis breeds better in trade anyway.
It's true. So, one moment here, let me stop it. Okay, go.
All right, we're back, and organizing is sexy. Let's start.
I want that to be a quote in an ad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Next story is Lee Bermejo writes and draws an original Batman graphic novel called Noel. And we're not really given that much about it, are we?
It's a Christmas...
It's a Christmassy story.
Yeah, and those don't turn out bad all the time.
No, not too bad.
It could be good once it take place. It could, for all we know, it'll just be happening in Christmas. I don't know. You know what? It could be a worse fear. It's like the worst Christmas episode you can imagine, but Batman's in it.
What do you think of the cover? I noticed he is not painting the mask, gloves, and cape black like he did in the Joker book. He has them the regular colors, the gray, the blue, and the black Batman symbol. It's the first time I've seen him draw Batman with the standard blue, classic blue.
Yeah. I like this cover. We don't know anything about it, so it's kind of hard to judge. His art's awesome.
Yeah.
When I first read the Joker graphic novel, and I've kind of let this go now, pages kind of look different from page to page, but I realized like that could be inking or just him changing it up for a certain thing. Like it works.
Maybe.
But when I first read it, it just bugged the hell out of me.
That may have taken. Didn't that book take a while to get done or something like that?
Yeah, I know they announced it like a few years before it came out. They were doing it right after they got done with that Luthor one they did, which I also own. And by the way, Batman's in that more than he is in Joker. I just want to preference that.
Interesting.
And he talks more than in Joker, and he also talks more than Superman in that book.
Wow. And does he narrate it?
You're like, Superman has one line in that book.
Yep.
Because it's all Luthor. They're both good. Read them. Go buy them now.
I do like the cover a lot. Batman looks like he's saying, God damn, I fucking love Christmas.
I'm going to make that into a poster now. I fucking love Christmas, Batman. You know what? It's him going, oh, God, I forgot to get Robin his present. Fuck! I was gonna get him Dark Knight on DVD.
They're sold out of Xboxes.
Batman trying to buy an Xbox. You have a high-tech back computer that could probably mimic the game, but no, I need to buy him the real thing. It's not good enough for whoever that.
If I don't buy it.
You can buy anything. I don't understand why that's tough. I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Why? It's Christmas. Great, now we wrote on our own Batman Christmas story.
Yep, we've already written it. Let's get going.
I'm interested in how this will be because he's writing it, and as far as I know, he has no history of writing.
Did he write the the piece he did in Wednesday Comics?
No, that was someone else. I know that.
Oh. Well, then I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, next story.
Yes.
Run out of steam on this one.
Woo. Damn train. This is not really much of a story. Just as something that looks so goddamn awesome that I need to share it with the world.
This is in the goddamn awesome file.
Yes. It's a film called, like a little tiny short film, Superman Classic. It's really good. It's done by a veteran Disney animator. Let's see here, Rob Pratt. It's really tiny, and a majority of the actual video is the behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes is actually longer than the actual film.
It is, and it's just a real nice film. I found it randomly somehow. Someone sent it to me, and I was like, oh, if someone mentions this on an article I could use, I'm so gonna mention it because I want people to see this. And it's cool. He got the guy who played Clark in the Superboy show from the '80s to do the voice, and it looks really. Did you took your time to watch it, right?
I did take my time to watch it, and I loved it. I'd love to see a whole film about this. This would be great if this was maybe part of, it'd be cool if maybe Bruce Timm, adapted this as, and funded this as maybe one of the future projects. How cool would that be?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome because it just reminds you of the old Flesher cartoons instantly, but it looks like something kids could watch today and not think it looks really old. And
there's also, I don't know, I love that old school robot stuff. And it's very period. It almost feels like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Have you seen that film?
I've seen part of it.
Yeah. Sky Captain looks beautiful, but the story really goes nowhere.
Yes, and this is only like a minute long, so it's literally just him beating up a robot, but who doesn't want to watch that?
I know. Hey, superheroes beating up robots is just gold. You can rarely mess that up.
I wonder if he fights robots in Lincoln.
Oh.
He probably doesn't, because that would be exciting. That won't happen here. It's just a nice film. Check it out. And I want to see if this guy will try and do more or something, because I was really excited to see more of this. It turns out this is the only thing you got. It's all you get.
This could be Superman's dead end fan film.
Yeah. It looks professionally done. It's done by a Disney animator, goddammit. And it's hand drawn, and that's always nice to watch, because in a world where Megamind rules the box office, where we don't get hand-drawn stuff, kinda ever.
I miss hand-drawn stuff. I particularly like, if we're going to talk about this a little more, I particularly like seeing still some of the drawing pieces in the animation as they're flying around, and I don't know, there's something about that I find really charming.
Yeah, it's old-fashioned, and it just you can't watch this. If you're a Superman fan and you watch this, you're gonna be happy. It's just old classic Super. It's called Superman Classic. The title tells you everything. It's magic. Just go check it out. Watch this show first, then check it out.
Yeah.
I love it when you people listen to our ranting. Okay, so we're gonna go with the next one now.
All right. And hey, this is a first chance I've had a chance to publicly talk. Well, I've mentioned this on my Twitter, but the new X-Men trailer came out. X-Men First Class by director Matthew Vaughn, director of Stardust and Kick-Ass.
The only movies people know.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's not, there's one other one he did that no one knows.
Yeah. Oh, well. Poor movie. But
I'm sure it's good.
It's got James Alboy? McVoy? Who's it?
McAvoy.
McAvoy, excuse me. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and a whole bunch of other actors I'm not too familiar with.
And Kevin Bacon as evil Kevin Bacon.
Yes. Oh, man, Kevin Bacon. Awesome.
Remember when we made that joke months ago? He's going to play evil Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And and then Eric came and he's like, he's invisible, right? Yes, but we still see his goatee because he's evil. He's Sebastian Shaw in this. And by the way, you only see him for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
He has the sideburns though.
yep. Oliver Platt is in this. And Jennifer
As the Man in Black.
I'm excited to see Mystique in this too. I love that character, especially the movie version.
Okay, now I want to hear what you thought of it. Like,
I was knocked out. I am excited. I feel like this is equal to the second one, X-Men United. Well, obviously, I've just seen the trailer, but this has me that excited. Like, the X-Men franchise might be saved. Everybody's been bitching about Fox and the way it's been handling X-Men, and rightfully so. I mean, the way they've handled the third X-Men film and the Wolverine film, for an example.
Which I own. God damn it! Why?
And I also gave, a reasonable positive review to Wolverine, actually, and now I kind of regret it. I think instead of 4 Ram chips, I think I should have gave it 2. Now that I've looked back on it.
You don't have Ram chip.
Yeah. I'm going to take those Ram chips back. But anyway, it looks like Fox is actually trusting its filmmakers, because they got, of course, Aronofsky to make the next Wolverine film, too.
Called The Wolverine.
Yeah, The Wolverine. So, man, I'm excited. I mean, this looks like a professional, artistic, thought-out take on a universe. The costumes look beautiful. The characters look great. It looks like it has a political bent to it, which is, I think, key to a good X-Men film. I love the fact that they went and did this as a period film. And you know what? Hey, you know what I was just thinking earlier today? Because I knew we were going to talk about this. Mm-hmm. I wonder how much this has to thank the Watchmen film, as well as the Captain America film. That some comic book films now have the right to actually take place in period settings. Because studios and moviegoers have been kind of behind on the way to portray comic book superheroes. I think in the last few years, comic book films have been sort of equal to comic books back in the 70s, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. And I think Watchmen has almost had an effect similar, where it kind of stretched the boundaries. Yeah, it didn't really explode and become the Dark Knight box office, but I think it made it okay for moviegoers and also Hollywood people to kind of think a little bit outside the norms on strictly the superhero stuff. And that's why I'm kind of excited and to see like a 60s era X-Men film. So I hope that answers your question. I'm excited. I really, out of the superhero movie trailers I've seen for this upcoming year, this one is the one I'm most excited about.
Yes. I'm sorry, that was amazing. It was weird because it's like I'm listening to one of your videos right now, but it's live. I'm sorry, now, I want to say this. I was one of the people I'm still maybe one of those people who's kind of ready to. This movie upgraded my attitude toward it, by making me say I might go see it now, because I was one of those people who was ready to hate this just because what I heard just made no sense. Like they're like, okay, we don't have the very first X-Men here. We have the guy from Wanted. We apparently have Beast, who looks decent.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. He looks more Cat Beast at least in the 2 seconds you see him. It doesn't tell you anything about the story of it, but at least it's gonna show possibly Magneto kind of on the path of becoming the awesome guy we know, and somehow magically turn into Ian McKellen years later. It upgraded my attitude towards it to I might see it if I had I don't want to go out and see this right now because I was ready to hate this, but it upped me to it looks okay. It looks like it could be good. I like that they're wearing costumes, though for some reason I can't accept the fact that Magneto's wearing a yellow and blue costume. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
And also, Professor X and Magneto are running around in costume. I love it.
True, like it's weird to me because I always have that, my mind of both those characters is kind of the standards you have. Professor X is bald and in a wheelchair, and Magneto's freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. That's not what I meant, but you get the point. Comedy in my own jokes. I like how they're like, before he was Magneto, he was Eric.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love those line exchanges in between, at the end, with Professor X and Magneto.
The whole "it will not bring you peace" stuff.
Yeah, who says?
Oh, I thought that was really good.
It's like, yeah, okay, I'm there.
And also, for all you JFK fans out there, they show video of him. No.
JFK speeches are great.
I know. I
in context of these kind of films.
You know what I do when I watch New Frontier and my friends want to actually skip over, like, oh, it's over, let's leave. No, we're listening to the speech. Mm-hmm. It's JFK with superheroes doing stuff. We're not ditching this. One moment. And we're still going. It looks like it could be good if I see another trailer, because this doesn't give you any real story, I think. There's bits and stuff of it. It's a trailer, and also there's characters that some I don't know. Red, Nightcrawler's father, who I agree with Eric, who looks like Satan. It's the X-Men and Satan. There's a hot chick with pixie wings.
Who I think is supposed to be a version of the character that's been appearing in the X-Men comics recently.
Well, if they can, with movies, they can take their liberties on changing characters. So I can go with that. Also, we see Beast before he becomes Beast, and we apparently see a transformation.
Neat.
And we get a picture of Kevin Bacon with they're not giant sideburns. I'm upset. I want huge cartoony sideburns.
No. This is early 60s. Things didn't go out of control for another 8 years or so.
You're right.
Everything was a little more slim and trim. This is like coming out of the 50s kind of era. So, no. And
also the Magneto helmet looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
However, when I first saw, because a picture came out of him wearing the helmet, it looks like it's too big for his head from that picture. It just looks a little oversized. Mm-hmm. But now that you see it, and also that image of just his back with the cape, that's gonna be worth looking at. And apparently, a weird Cerebro helmet. There's a lot of stuff you can analyze, but I might see this. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it looks exciting, and it looks like the things that are explained and the origins we get are actually going to mean something. It's not going to be like Wolverine Origins where, oh, good, you get to see where he got his jacket. I don't give a shit where he got his jacket.
He lost his jacket in the end, damn it.
I know. It's like, well, where did, they made a big deal about him getting the jacket.
I really, because everyone's joking that the Wolverine's just going to be his search for the jacket. I really want that because on iFanboy, they joke that there's going to be a scene of him in a shop trying on jackets.
I'm guessing, the thing is with the jackets, I never thought for 2 seconds oh man, where'd he get that jacket? It's like, oh, thank you, that's been answered for me. Good.
Yes.
I assumed he found it in a store and liked it and bought it. That's kind of I didn't
bought it. No, he killed someone for it. This is Wolverine we're talking about.
I mean. It's like, oh, okay, well, go, hey, why stop at the jacket? He has a shirt and pants, and I assume he has underwear and socks. Where do you get those boots? I mean, there are massive plot holes here.
Every movie is dedicated to him finding an article of clothing. Okay,
but
we're going to
wear the Wolverine.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next story, and I only put this... Hey, folks, I hope you don't mind the awkwardness of this part. This is a quick edit. We said Michael Rosenbaum was not going to be in the Smallville finale. Turns out he will be.
Oops.
Whoops. Well, we didn't know at the time, or maybe, who knows. But this morning, I found out he was going to be in it, so we're just doing a quick little thing in here.
So, hey, he's going to be in it.
Yeah, Well, he's one of the good things about that show, so that's something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be crap, but...
It's still going to be Smallville.
Yeah.
I guarantee you the last scene will be him, like, just barely in costume, and...
In costume? What, is he going to wear the giant, goofy metal suit?
I don't know. We'll see.
In all honesty, that'd be cool, because they're embracing costumes. Maybe the last scene is him burning Clark's stupid Superman jacket. That would be everyone's favorite scene. Yeah, so we're done here.
Yep, pretty much.
You know, and we failed technically. Peace. To news that I think we'll have more interest in, apparently.
Yay! Well, hey, Static is getting a new comic, ongoing series, not some mini-series bullshit. Static Shock will get a new line launched in mid-2011. Unfortunately, it's not going to be drawn by his creator, Dwayne McDuffie. It's going to be...
You mean written? He wrote it.
Yeah, it's going to be written by Felicia Henderson and drawn by Scott McDaniel and Jonathan Glapian.
I think he's just the inker, the Glapian guy.
Okay. Well, I like Scott McDaniel. I've always dug his kind of style. It's sort of cartoony, more clean-looking Frank Miller-ish kind of stuff. I don't know what he does. It looks like it's constantly...
It looks like a comic book drawing.
Yeah. But that's also what I like about it. And also, it looks like it's constantly moving and circling, doesn't it?
I know what you're talking about. Like, I've only seen a few things he's done, but you're right. It looks like they don't look stiff.
Yeah, I rarely see him draw like a static scene, like people just sitting there. I mean, there always seems to be some kind of movement in his work, and therefore, I think that's not a bad choice.
I think this is coming up because Batman Beyond did well, and Static Show was also a cartoon from Kids WB.
That's right.
I think
you're right. I think you were absolutely right. I think Batman.
I wouldn't be amazed if they were going to push, because last year they were really pushing him in Teen Titans. They were pushing like the entire Milestone universe back into the books, which I don't. Static stuck, but he kind of has a fan base, and Henderson, who's writing this, she was writing Teen Titans, and she got on the book right when, like they said, we want Static on the book. Mm-hmm. So I'm not amazed she's writing this. I do think this could be a possibility that they were going to do a miniseries in Test the Waters, but with the big success that Beyond had, they were like, let's try this again. And I will give this a shot. I love the cartoon.
And I used to read Static's original run
they
Milestone books.
They put out a trade because they were like, hey, you know what we should do? We should put out a trade of the first issues of everything, and if it does well, we'll put out a second volume.
Yeah.
Never happened.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. And, I maybe this might help some of the other Milestone stuff. I always thought it was a stupid idea to separate the Milestone universe from DC universe like they originally did. I always thought, there's plenty of room for Dakota.
It's a unit. We need Dakota.
Also, I like the fact that Dakota sounds like an actual place.
Yeah, it does.
It's not, Stone City or whatever.
Static City. No.
Yeah, it's something. It's like, gee, take 2 seconds to come up with a fictional name, DC.
Yes. So yes, we actually talked about something we were happy to hear. So our last story.
Yes.
Is a moment here, my computer's kind of frozen. Okay, a new miniseries is coming out called Batman: Gates of Gotham, and I'm getting weird with the voice tonight.
Go for it. Go nuts.
Go for it. Yeah. That's the point of the show. It's going to be co-written by Zack Snyder, who's been kind of rising in comics.
Oh, he's been rocking it. Yeah.
He's like Nick Spencer, except he hasn't gone insane with the books. And some guy named Kyle Higgins. And I literally looked up who he was. You know what he's written, Manos?
No.
A story in a recent Batman annual.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, good for him. More than I
Yeah. Apparently, this story will kind of feature elements of the current stories and be looking at the past of the big families of Gotham, like the Waynes, Kanes, Elliots, and the Elliots ruined that. Like Waynes, Kanes, and Elliots. And a lot of other Bat family characters. It sounds cool.
I really like the potential of this series. Also, to better sew the Elliott family in with the Waynes, because that was so, like, thrown in our faces, like, oh, hey, they've always been connected to each other. We haven't really been telling you about it.
Yeah, we were busy.
Yeah. So now, one of the things I like about this is this kind of like gives a little history and backstory to that. I like the guy's work, and I also look forward to seeing him write Batman. I also like to. I'm also interested in this steampunk-looking guy. That's in.
Oh, and also this cover looks freaking awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
I'm pretty sure this is the guy doing the art, and if it looks like this throughout, I'm gonna read this and buy it in trade.
This has me a little excited here. Do we have a date yet for it?
May.
Done.
We'll probably get a solicitation for it, like, because this is around the time where solicitations come out. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's 6 issues, and Snyder's been rocking it on Detective, and he obviously knows how to write Batman, and.
Well, someday, yes.
Someday. And someday.
You will actually get to write Batman.
Yes. Oh, I forgot. I'm talking to you, not Eric. I'm sorry.
And I look forward to seeing him write Batman. So, I mean, this will... And I also like the idea that this is probably going to be a mystery with a whole bunch of little... whole little crazy, like, nitpicks and depth into these families and history. I'm kind of... This has just this blurb has me interested.
That steampunk guy got me interested. I saw that cover first. I was like, well, okay, what's that for? And where can I get it?
Because that's obviously not Tommy Elliott.
Yes.
Because he has the mask.
Yes, the coolest mask ever. And
that is pretty cool. And also it works with the top hat.
Yeah, I know. Like, I would think that'd be cool, but for some reason the top hat makes it look ungodly badass. I don't know why. It's that thing with top hats that make, like, kind of ridiculous out there concepts look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but seeing, like, cool looking robots in tuxedos is freaking cool.
Yeah, that kind of stuff always looks pretty tough. You know, the guys with monocles.
Yes. So that's your news show for this week. We're going to be out early too. Hooray!
That'd be great.
I'll work on it tomorrow. Maybe. Who knows? Suspense. No suspense, because if this comes out on Sunday, you'll just be hearing us be asses talking about how it's Friday and it's a beautiful night. So until next week, I'm Duke.
And I'm Manos.
And we're going to do that from now on. Bye, people.